Alright. I wasn't gonna make more fishing videos because I'm really bored and tired of the fishing. Wow, that was... It's... Well, okay, sure. I guess it's working. I think I have 3... Nope, only have 2 out right now. It's just very distracting now that I'm doing it like this. I shouldn't be recording while trying to talk. That's the #1 issue. But last year, was it last year? Hold on, let's exit to fix that. I made a video pitching a fishing event with a fishing boss. I'm gonna try to look up when that was. Real quick. I think it was last week or last year. Yeah, it was 1 year ago. I pitched the idea of a fish-related boss that you would fight up here at Thunder Mountain because the Mire doesn't have a boss yet. Neither does Toxic Valley, but there's not a lot you can do in Toxic Valley for a boss. I do have one, I just never got around to making that video because I'm playing other games. The forest technically has a boss if you do one of the quests, one of the main Brotherhood of Steel quests. But yeah, other than that, those 3 regions have no boss for you to fight. Whereas other regions like, I don't know, Cranberry Bog and Ash Heap have multiple bosses that you get to fight. So I pitched one. It's a video called Dwells Below. I'll put it in the link below if you actually care enough to watch it. But you would drop a nuke here and fight a giant fish boss. That was the point. Now, June, because I think this was also summer of last year that I pitched my Dwells Below. Summer comes around this year of 2025, and they introduce fishing. And then they hint at, or they drop the news that there's going to be a bigger update in the future that is going to tie into this whole fishing nonsense. So that's why I'm making this video, which is my video of how to fix the fishing before their update comes out and whatever they do. That way my ideas are out before their ideas are out, so I don't seem like I'm stealing any of their ideas. But they're welcome to take any of mine. Anything that fixes the game, I am fine with them using. So I'm basically pitching a quest line for this fishing as opposed to one quest, one daily quest, and then just boring nonsensical fishing. That's the point of this. That's what I'm going to be doing. So as you know, the quest is a single quest long. It starts here at Fisherman's Rest. You go here, you meet up with the fisherman, you meet up with Clark, Captain Clark, and your only quest is catch 3 fish. Feed those 3 fish to the Linda Lee, the giant crab, and then you're done. That's it. That's what you do. Not very eventful, but you get a fishing rod, and then he tells you that you can get other rods. You get other things for your rod to make your rod stronger, so you can catch more fish. Right onto that trap. I knew it was there, and I still walked over it. And then you look into your challenges, and in your challenges you see 3 local legends. Why are these not quests? Why are these challenges? And I know the reason. The answer is to force players onto the server, into the game, doing tedious, boring tasks to increase player count for when they're showing their numbers to like investors and whatever. They can be like, yeah, look, we had this many players on. And the reason you had this many players on is because you're forcing them to do nonsense to try to get these things to show up. Whereas instead, I believe if you want to get better player count and better players, you should be introducing quests and not annoying challenges, because, you know, no one's fishing right now. Well, one, two. It's been 2 weeks. There are three people currently fishing. It's kind of already dying. I mean, it died like week 1, but it's dying further. So how do we fix that? Well, you fix that by turning them into quests instead of this nonsense of fish, drop a nuke and fish, make it rain and fish, yada yada. You can't control the weather unless you spend real money. Players don't want to do that. Some players want to do that. Oh, I was going into the atomic shop. So it costs, if you want to spend money, it costs 1,200 caps to get a weather station to be able to make it rain so that you can fish better. And even then, it kind of just doubles the percentage, but if the percentage is already 6, double the percentage of 6 is 12. That's not high enough percentage to warrant spending that money. So my goal is quests. Quests are what they should be implementing, not nonsense. The more quests you have, the more likely people are going to be wanting to stay in the game to complete those quests. Yes, it might be 1 day of quests, but that's better than 6 hours of fishing and then never fishing again, because, you know, hey, there's one person down here at the raids. No one else does the raids anymore, and it's been less than a year. There's that. I mean, I'm trying not to bag on them so much, but they keep releasing things that no one wants when they could just release quests that people may not want, but they will do. And then that's not wasted time to create expeditions or to create raids that get done for like a week and then never touched ever again. The quest at least will give you something worthwhile. Back on topic. So the first quest after you finish casting off. So after finishing casting off, you have to go and hunt down the local legends. That would be the point, right? So there's Wavy Willard, there's Organ Grinder. I don't know where Organ Grinder is. And there is Ril Tikanoth Ma Begotten, which I do know where that one is. So the first thing you would do after you get this, after you finish casting off, is the fisherman tells you, oh, there's different types of fishing rods, not different fishing reels. The reel doesn't mean shit. Give me a different rod to make my fishing worthwhile. Or make the reels better than they currently are, and they're currently garbage. So you head on down here to Wavy Willard's. Let's head on over there while we're talking. Where you're going to attempt to catch the fish with the garbage rod and reel that you have from the beginning of the game. And while you're here, let's say there'll be a person here who's also fishing, like an NPC. They incorporated NPCs, add NPCs, right over here where this person's at. So you, because they have a weather thing up here, which means there's water up here, right? Yeah, sure. Or maybe instead of putting them here, drop them off in the Toxic Lake Bed. An NPC over on the Toxic Lake Bed, you go over there, they're fishing, you talk to them, they tell you about a legendary fish, they give you lore to the legendary fish, because currently there is no lore to the legendary fish. They're just fish. You don't catch them and get a note off of them. You don't get to hear anything about them. Wavy Willard, who is the alligator, by the way, is apparently not a catfish. I think it's a sturgeon? I don't know. But Wavy Willard is the alligator, but the legendary fish out here is called Wavy Willard? So, oh no, actually this would be a better place to drop the NPC. Willard Corporate Housing. So you drop the NPC over here in Willard Corporate Housing. They tell you about Wavy Willard, or, I don't know, rename the fish to something that's not Wavy Willard, since Wavy Willard was the alligator. And then they tell you that you need a special fishing rod. So you go on a whole quest of trying to get a special fishing rod. Maybe it's around here and you gotta come through and kill these guys. And then find parts to the fishing rod somewhere around here. Anything is better than just throw your hook into the water and hope you land the fish you don't want 80 times until you finally get one you don't have. So you can run around here, find the parts you need, or like if they're gonna incorporate fishing into it, maybe the guy tells you, hey, a Mirelurk Queen, the one that's out there already, ate my fishing rod. You kill her, you find out, oh, it's no longer in her system. You go look around the water, fish and get, oh wow, they're both there. Normally they aren't both there. Normally it's one or the other. You fish from the water, you pull out different fish, and occasionally, because you can pull out garbage, you pull out pieces of fishing rod. Wouldn't that be so much better than just fish? Anything is better than just fish. And once you got that first piece of the fishing rod, he tells you, okay, now we need to go get the local legend, Wavy Willard. That ends quest 1. Sorry, I said that ended quest 1. That would have been quest 2. Casting off, and then the one to get a new fishing rod. Or a reel, whatever they want to do. So he tells you then, for this start of quest 3, that in order to catch Wavy Willard, you need a specific weather condition. Well, how do we get specific weather conditions? Instead of spending money, real life money, to get these specific weather conditions. I don't know. Did we just do an entire quest line to unlock a fucking weather station that is not going to be used? Yes. Yes, we did. So, after we've done all that, and we've gotten the thing, and we learned that weather conditions matter for certain fish, he tells you to go on down to the weather... No, you mention it, unless he's from Vault 63. You would probably have to pass a speech check, meaning you've already completed the Vault 63 quest line, to then tell him, hey, I know how to change the weather. We have a weather station. And then you get to come all the way down here to the Hills, whatever it is, this place. And while you're down here... Sorry, I knew they were here because I didn't kill them. You're going to search around because I know there's a door somewhere here that opens to nothing that I said right here. Yeah. That I was like, oh, maybe that could be useful for something. So you're going to come here to this unused door that opens up to nothingness and follow that deeper in to an experimental place where you can get something, some kind of device that lets you slightly control the weather. I don't want to get into the ending part where you're going to drop basic... I guess I am getting into it. The goal at the end is to get something similar to a nuke that you do while going through to summon a Scorchbeast Queen, or to summon the Titan, Ultrasight Titan, or who else needs a nuke? Earl? So the end goal is to get a weather bomb that you're going to drop on this lake to summon the final dude. But for now, you're just getting different weather. What types of weather is there? There's rain, there's... I guess there is hail, but hail just comes with the rain. Snow, it doesn't matter. What would Wavy Willard want? Wavy Willard... Let's deal with them. So you get yourself a little bomb to drop here. Wow, by the time this opens, I could probably have killed him. It's distracting when I'm trying to talk and I have to fight something. So you come here, you go in there, you get like a little, I don't know what to call it, a little thing that you stab into the ground that makes it only do a specific weather in that area, as opposed to, like, it'll be similar to the devices you get from the Atomic Shop, but it's a one-time use, as opposed to spending the 1,200 frickin' atoms, which I don't know what that changes into in real money, and as opposed to dropping a real bomb, because we don't know how to do a real bomb yet. So you do that, it's strong enough to call Wavy Willard. Like, maybe it's just rain that gets progressively more powerful, right? So to get Wavy Willard, the first bomb just makes it rain. Just drizzle, small amount of rain. That's enough to make it pop out. You catch it. You go through all the annoyingness of catching it. Maybe it's like a boss fight fish type situation where you reel it in, you catch it, right before you get it, it snaps, you move to a different location. Like, it's glowing. I believe Wavy Willard is glowing. No, that's this one that's glowing. But you'll be able to see it moving on the water. So you go to the next location, you catch it, you go to the next location, you catch it 3 times, because that's how boss fights typically go. Once you get all 3, you go back to whatever the NPC's name's gonna be here at Willard Corporate Housing. And then he's like, oh, you did good. I've heard that there are other fish. Instead of, you know, jumping into your menu screen to see that there are other fish. That ends quest 3? Yes. Quest 3. So quest 4, you then got to go get the next fish, the organ grinder. I don't know where the organ grinder is, because I've stopped caring about hunting down the fish. But if we're going off of logic, this is level 1, this is level 2, which means the organ grinder would have to be either Ash Heap for level 3 or Savage Divide for level 4. That's difficulty ratings of the game. Because the Mire, which the final one is in, and then the boss one would be in, is level 5, and then you have Cranberry 6, and this is 7. So where would Organ Grinder be? Where's a good enough lake? Well, you do have the Twin Lakes in Solomon's Pond. Or you have Lake Reynolds. So it'll be in one of those 2 locations. You're going to come out here, or I don't know, add more legendary fish. Each location should probably have a legendary fish, except maybe the forest region. I guess it could be a river-based fish. But you'll just come down here to get your next fish. You'll get some nonsensical task like, oh, well, you've already got the reel. Maybe you're building a better fishing rod over time, right? Maybe you get the reel the first time. Now you need a stronger fishing line. So you're going to come down to one of these 2 locations, do a quest, get the fishing line. That ends off quest 4. I forgot to travel to the locations, but so quest 5, after you've done the quest to get the fishing line, which, by the way, Solomon Lake has a behemoth over there. Maybe that's a worthwhile way of getting the fishing line. So you fight a Mirelurk Queen here in the Toxic Wastebed to get a reel. Well, then you're going to then come over here and fight the behemoth to get the fishing line, making it worthwhile. I heard robots. Shouldn't be any robots over here. There's Mirelurks. Be any robots though. But this is an actual lake. That's why I chose this one as where you'd do your next fish capture. Because again, I don't know nor care where Organ Grinder is, but this is a better fitting location for a boss catching fish, or a local legend is better fit here. But I guess they could have another one up here as well. It's fine. Twin Lakes is a lake. It's just not that deep. So then you'll come up here, you'll talk to the NPC again, or a different NPC or whoever it is, and they'll be like, "Yep, go ahead, catch the fish. You've got the line. You've got the whatever. What was it? The reel. Go back and get another weather thing. So you'll run down there. You'll pick up another one. Come back, set it down, and now it's rain, but a little bit stronger. Like maybe you talk to another NPC up here who is slowly making them more powerful over time, so that each time you come by, you get different. So now this is what? Rain. So that was just normal rain, like a drizzle. This is rain with like hail, right? dropping hail down. And you finish that up, and that is quest 5 complete. You catch your fish, do whatever you need to do. So with all those things done, you find out you need one more piece to your ultimate fishing rod, and it's going to be here at the Big Maw, a location that I really liked that they're wasting on this fishing stuff. I genuinely liked Big Maw. And I was like, oh man, I can't wait till it gets some lore to it. And it's getting Fisherman lore. I mean, it's slightly eldritch, which I like. I just don't care about the fishing, so it's kind of wasted. So then you come here, there's some cultists here, replace the freaking floaters. We don't need floaters. I guess they're flatworms, so sure. And there'll be some cultists here, and they'll be like, nah, dude. Oh yeah, there's actually 6, because there's 2 more there guarding a chest, or 3 more there guarding a chest. And they're like, nah, dude, you gotta do blah, blah, blah. You can't just fish at our fishing hole. Oh, wow, server breaks as soon as I get down here. Maybe Bethesda's listening to me. So you get there, you go down to the bottom, and the cultists are like, no, you can't fish here. Our god is here. You can't fish here. So then you gotta be like, fine, whatever. What do you guys want in exchange to let me fish here? And they'll give you some kind of nonsensical quest to run somewhere to get something that the cultists want. Or you can just kill them. It's always an option. Waiting for it to load up. Maybe you gotta run to one of the billion different cultist shrines that, or locations that don't have any use, such as Moth Home, Blake's Offering, Crossroad. I thought this was like Revenant or something like that. Remnant. Clancy Manor. Maybe you gotta run around into some of these things for them and find something that they need, because these are locations that don't do anything. There's so many locations that have no use, and then they take locations that have lore and have use, and they kind of just ruin them with nonsense. So you got to run over to one of these. You got to talk to a cultist. Maybe they're like, hey, some of our people need help. We don't got time for it. You do it. You go here, and they're like, bring us Mothman eggs, because I don't think there's any Mothman eggs here at Blake's Offering. You go to this one, and they're like, bring us sticks or wood to help make the Mothman's nest, because this is called Moth Home. You go to this one, which actually I think is story related, so we don't go to that one. You go to Crossroad, which has no purpose, and they're like, go bring us blah, blah, blah. You do that, do all 3 of their tasks, you come back to Big Maw, and they say, hey, thanks. And either they attack you because they're cultists and then you gotta kill them anyways, or they let you fish in their freaking fishing hole. I gotta fight you guys again? Or are you gonna piss off? Yeah, and then you can come back down to their fishing hole and do some actual fishing. Actually, no, you wouldn't come here first. I forgot, you gotta get your bauble. This is where the fish actually is. We gotta get our bauble first. Not a bauble. What do you call it? The lure. We need to get our lure first. Ah, no, maybe you'll just get the lure here while trying to catch him. Yeah, you do all that. That's done with that quest. You've got all 3 parts of your legendary fishing rod. Oh, but at some point you would have ran back to get another weather machine to place here in Big Maw to be able to catch the legendary fish here, who is, what was your name again? Rel T'Knal Ma Begotten. Yeah, there you go. Once you've gotten all pieces to your fishing lure, you gotta head back to the Fisherman. I don't know why I came here instead of going to the actual location. So once you have all the pieces, you come back here and they're like, well, you need to catch the big one. The big one that we need to sacrifice to our god. And this is going to be an event, just like Scorched Earth, just like all the other boss fights. They're not quests, that are repeatable events. You're going to come down here to Thunder Mountain. They're going to talk to you about going to Thunder Mountain. So maybe you go to Thunder Mountain, you explore, you read some stuff about a local legend. That's the thing that I'm missing here. These are called local legends, but there's no lore to them. They're just fish that exist. So you come here, maybe you go to the dam, maybe you go here, maybe you go here. All three of these kind of tie into previous quests, but there'll be some kind of lore out here that explains the local legend in the water. This ties back into my Dwells Below quest that I pitched. Not quest, event that I pitched. There is a boat out here. There's actually boats in the water. Maybe you come out here and you swim down and you find the freaking boat. Or ship. The fisherman's ship. And on there it tells you the local legend. And it says, oh, it'll only come out during a thunderstorm. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, we need a strong enough thunderstorm. How do we get a strong enough thunderstorm? You run on down and you talk to whoever you left in charge of Vault 63, and they say, fine, we will let you drop the weather bombs that we use to control the weather out here. You just have to go in yourself. And you go back to the weather station, you dive through the weather station, and do basically the same nonsense you do to get access to a nuke by going through one of the sites, site Alpha, Bravo, or Charlie. You do the same nonsense you do there. You get to the end, and it's like, where do you want to drop your weather bomb? And no matter where you drop, like right here. Right here. Could put some lore here that explains a giant fish out here. So you go in and you're like, where do you want to drop your weather bomb? Just like the nuke, you can drop it anywhere on the map. It increases your ability to catch fish without having to spend real money, because again, that's fucking stupid. And you drop, if you drop one here at this specific location, Thunder Mountain power plant, or anywhere in this general area, not a nuke, you drop your weather bomb here, or anywhere in the area, it drops a weather storm similar to that would be down here when you're out here in the Skyline Valley. And that spawns the event. And then you gotta get out here and basically you just gotta fish it first until you wake it up or you piss it off. And then you fight it. And then if it dives into the water, then it's like, okay, stage 1, you fight it. Oh no, you've done enough damage to it. Everyone's got to fish because it dived into the water. And then it's going to pop out again, and then you got to refight it. Kind of like they do with the Ultraside Titan, where it moves around and you got to fight it multiple times. I know, waterborne diseases. I don't care. And you got to fight it and bring it out of the water, and fight it and bring it out of the water until you've done that like 3 times, and then you finally get to kill it. And that's way better than what we currently have. There's the boat I was talking about. I knew there was a boat out here, like a ship. And all of that is way better than currently what they are doing. Like, yeah, they could have put a note on this guy that's like, hey, hey, there's a legendary fish out there. It hit my ship and sunk my ship. It broke my ship. It's just, all of it is just so much better than just fish. Just throw your reel out and fish. Am I pitching another event? Yes. But it'll be more content than random fishing to have another event out here. Not to mention, the mire doesn't have a boss. There's no boss in the mire. I'm pitching another boss fight. That's it. That's how my way of making the fishing better is to give you a quest line as opposed to just fishing. As opposed to grinding for literally nothing. Right now, to get a better fishing thing, a better reels, you just have to fish and go with the RNG. And that's It's just it's just bad. And these local legends are wasted because there's no lore behind them, and I feel like there should be.